Today, we are cracking open a travel guide that feels less like a guide and more like a time machine that's kind of beautifully broken.
That's a great way to put it.
I want you to just picture a place that exists in two timelines at the same time. You're on a street corner. To your left, you see a small shop, and a woman is roasting green coffee beans over charcoal, the way it's been done for like 1,000 years. The smell is just ancient.
It's a very specific earthy smell. If you know it, you know exactly where you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then you look up, and towering over her is this glass and steel skyscraper, reflecting the sun. And it's probably housing some fintech hub.
And that's not an exaggeration. That scene is Addis Ababa, Ethiopia in 2026. It's a collision of eras.
The source we're using is Pulse of Ethiopia, the 2026 Addis Ababa Travel Guide. And the reason I wanted to cover this is that it really pushes back against the usual tourist fluff. It talks about the city's rhythm.
And that word rhythm is so important here. I mean, you go to Paris, you expect a certain rhythm, right? A certain romance. Addis has a syncopated rhythm. It's offbeat. It's a mix of deep, deep history. I mean, we're talking the literal origins of humanity and this incredibly aggressive, optimistic ambition for the future.
So our mission today is to decode that rhythm for you. We want to get past the glossy photos and understand the real heart of this high-altitude city.
And the juxtaposition, that's the theme the guide keeps coming back to. The new and the old are stacked right on top of each other.
Okay, so let's start where every traveler starts, the arrival. The guide makes a big point about the physical feeling of stepping off the plane.
It's the air. It is literally the air. You have to remember, Addis Ababa sits at 2,355 meters. That's over 7,700 feet.
Can you contextualize that? Because I think people hear a number like that and just nod along. What does that actually feel like?
Okay, think about Denver, the mile-high city.
Right.
Everyone talks about the altitude there. Denver is about 1,600 meters. Addis is significantly higher. You're basically stepping out onto the roof of Africa.
You grab your bag and your lungs are just working harder.
Instantly. The oxygen is thinner. And the guide says this is the first lesson the city teaches you. Humility. You cannot rush.
You physically can't.
No. The thin air forces you to slow down, to hydrate. It's like a biological speed bump.
I love that. So the geography dictates your pace from minute one. Once you stop panting, where do you go?
The guide suggests starting with something that just reframes the whole idea of history, the National Museum of Ethiopia.
This feels like a must-do.
It's non-negotiable. I mean, in most history museums, you see, pottery from 500 years ago.
Or a medieval sword, yeah.
In Addis, you walk in and you are face-to-face with Lucy.
The famous early hominid.
Dinkinesh, as she's known in Ethiopia, it means you are marvelous. And we're talking 3.2 million years ago.
It's a head spinner, that number.
It completely frames the experience. You're not just visiting a country, you're visiting the cradle of humanity. It grounds you.
Okay, so from the dawn of humanity, the guide moves to spiritual history. We have the Holy Trinity Cathedral and St. George's Cathedral.
Right, and the key difference here from, say, cathedrals in Europe is the vitality.
How so?
Well, many cathedrals in Europe are basically museums now. Quiet, empty.
Just tourist ticket photos.
Exactly. The guide says to go to St. George's on a Sunday. You'll see thousands of people in white traditional robes, the shama. You'll smell the incense, hear the chanting and gaze.
So it's a living, breathing part of the culture.
It's the spiritual pulse of the city, and you can feel it. It's participation, not just observation.
Now, to get a view of all this, the guide sends us up into the Entoto Hills.
Which gives you both geography and history in one trip.
This is where Emperor Menelik II had his palace, wasn't it?
It was. Before Addis became the city it is now, this was the capital. Addis Ababa means new flower. So you go up there for the panoramic view, but you're also standing at the birthplace of the modern nation.
And here comes that juxtaposition again. You come down from the hills and head straight for Unity Park.
A fascinating and very modern inclusion in the guide.
It's inside the Prime Minister's compound, right? Which sounds restricted.
It used to be. For decades, it was completely off limits. Opening it as a public park was a huge symbolic move.
The guide calls it a transformative project.
Because it is. It's not just a park. It's a narrative about the diversity of Ethiopia's regions. Putting it inside the seat of power symbolizes a new era of transparency. It's history being retold for today.
So you have Lucy for the dawn of man, and Unity Park for the politics of the 2020s.
The landscape of time in Addis is incredibly compressed.
Speaking of the 2020s, let's talk modern ambition. The symbol for this in the guide isn't a skyscraper, which surprised me. It's a dam.
The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam Exhibition Center.
Okay, I have to admit, a dam exhibition doesn't immediately scream top tourist spot to me.
I get it, but you have to understand the national psyche. The GRD isn't just about electricity. It's a symbol of agency, of self-sufficiency.
Because it was funded locally.
Largely, yes.
Okay.
Mobilizing its own citizens. It represents harnessing the Nile to power the future. So when you visit, you're not just seeing blueprints, you're seeing national pride.
You're seeing ambition. And if you want to see that ambition in lifestyle form, you go to the Bowl District.
The new Addis.
Modern cafes, art galleries, a totally different vibe.
Bole is the counterweight to the Ento Hills. If Ento is the emperors, Bole is the entrepreneurs. It has a very young, global energy.
But the guide warns us not to get stuck in that bubble. We have to talk about the mercado.
Oh, the beast. You cannot skip the mercado.
The guide calls it chaos in commerce.
And that's putting it mildly. I mean, if Bole is the showroom, mercado is the engine room.
What's it like on the ground? The guide makes it sound like sensory overload.
It is, in the best way. You have a whole section just for spices, where the air burns with chili, section where old tires are being turned into sandals. It's loud, crowded, intense.
This is where you go to get lost in the real daily rhythm.
Absolutely. This is where the city's supply chain is just laid bare right in front of you. You have to dodge donkey carts. It demands your full attention.
Okay, I'm exhausted just thinking about it. Which means it's time for the food.
The culinary pilgrimage. And it really is a pilgrimage. Ethiopian food is one of the world's truly distinct cuisines.
It all starts with one thing, injera.
The alpha and the omega of every meal.
For anyone who hasn't had it, it's a spongy sourdough flatbread. But it's not a side dish, is it?
No, it's the plate and the utensil. This is crucial. You don't ask for a fork. You tear off a piece with your right hand, and you use it to scoop up the wats, the stews.
So it's very tactile.
It connects you to the food. Let's talk about the stews. The guide highlights Doro Wat.
The spicy chicken stew, the national dish.
Yeah, it's this slow-cooked red stew with a complex spice blend called berber. It's deep, rich, spicy, and it usually comes with a hard-boiled egg.
Then there's kiwat, the beef stew. What about for vegetarians? The guide mentions misir wat.
Spiced lentils. And this is a great point. Ethiopia is incredibly friendly for vegetarians and vegans.
Really? Why is that?
It's because of the Orthodox Church. There are many fasting days where the entire population eats plant-based. So they've perfected cooking lentils and vegetables over centuries. It's not a substitute for meat. It's a powerhouse dish in its own right.
The guide suggests places like Yad Abyssinia, but notes you aren't just going for the food.
You're going for the whole cultural experience. There's live traditional music and dance, especially the eskista, this amazing shoulder-shaking dance.
And it's all communal.
Yes, that's maybe the most important part. You share a large platter, a jabeda, with everyone. You eat from the same plate. It reinforces social bonds.
Speaking of social bonds, we have to talk about coffee.
Please don't just grab a latte to go. That would be missing the entire point.
Right. This is the birthplace of coffee. It's a gift.
It is. And the coffee ceremony is an event. It's not a transaction. It starts with the host roasting green beans over charcoal right in front of you.
And you're supposed to smell the smoke.
You waft it towards you. It's part of the blessing. Then they grind it and brew it in a jabina, a beautiful black clay pot.
And you have 3 rounds.
A bowl, tona, baraka. The first, the second, and the third for the blessing. The guide uses the word turgua, community.
That's the heart of it, isn't it?
That's everything. This ceremony takes time. It forces you to sit, talk, and engage. It is the absolute antithesis of drive-through coffee.
I love that. Now, for something a bit stronger, the guide mentions tej.
Ah, the honey wine.
It's framed as a drink for the brave. That sounds a little dangerous.
It's deceptive, it's sweet, it goes down very easily, but the alcohol content can really sneak up on you. A must try, but, pace yourself.
And if you want to take the coffee experience home with you.
Tomoka. It's legendary, the oldest coffee roaster in Addis. You go there, stand at the bar, sip a macchiato, buy a bag of beans. It's a rite of passage.
Okay,